Hello, you are welcome to Mathematics in 3 channel on YouTube. This is part 1 of 2023 Physics Wassce question. Question 1. This is the question. The frequency f of a wave in a string is given in terms of length L. Of the string, the tension T in the string and the linear density ρ by the formula F equals 1 over 2L of the square root of T over ρ, which is the density. Please, if you've not yet subscribed to this YouTube channel, can you do that for me? This is Mathematics in 3. So we are to obtain the basic unit of F using dimensional analysis. So we want to find F. Since we know that F is the frequency, then how would we find F? To obtain the basic units of the frequency F using dimensional analysis, we will determine the dimension of each variable in the formula. Okay, let's get deep into what I mean. In solving for dimensional analysis, we need to express the given equation in terms of the 3 basic units or in their dimension. So what are the 3 basic units and what are their dimension? Okay, first of all, let's take length. Length is measured in meters and the symbol for meters is m, or the SI unit for meters is m. And length can be represented by capital L. The capital L is the dimension of length L. Now, it is not only length, but we also have time. Time has a dimension of T. The basic unit of measurement of time is in seconds. Seconds has the SI unit S. So therefore, we can say that length is equivalent to meters, time is equivalent to seconds, and mass is also equivalent to kilograms or grams. And the dimension of mass is capital M. The symbol or the SI unit for kilogram is kg. So now we know our dimensions and we know the units and the symbols of the frequency, the density, and the tension. How will we know this? We know that frequency F is 1 over S. What is S? S is second or time. So 1 over second or 1 over time is the frequency. So frequency is S raised to the power minus 1. We have to get this as our final answer for F. So put this in your mind. Either 1 over S or S raised to the power negative 1. 2L, what is 2L? I've pointed finger on the 2L. L is already dimensional and its unit is meters. So we already know the L. What about the T? The T is tension. Tension is also a force known as tensional force. Please put the F equals S raised to the power minus 1 into your head. Now, force equals mass times acceleration. Don't forget that T, tension, is a force, and mass has the dimension of m. Acceleration is meters per second square. L is length, which is the same as meters, and the T is time, which is the same as second. So meters per second square. Now I want to change this into another form. Please put the division sign in mind. Now L will multiply T. Since we have the division sign, it will be negative raised to the power 2 because it was T raised to the power 2. And we change the division sign to power, so it will be negative power. Density equals mass times volume. Our density is mass times volume. Now, the dimension for mass is m, multiplying volume, L, or length cube. I hope we are well aware that volume is meter cube. So L is meters or length. The L is dimensional. So if it multiplies, we can say that ml raised to the power 3 or ml exponent 3. But honestly, before man and God, this is wrong. This formula is even rejected. Now, everyone may be confused, and the viewer will say that why? Why is this formula wrong? Why is this method wrong? Okay, let me help you. Rho is mass times volume. I'm not saying that density is not mass times volume. Density is always mass times volume. Or more times, density is mass times volume. But in this case, it is wrong. But before I explain it to you, please put this into mind. M times L T raised to the power 2. Now, let's get back to the question. The question said linear density. What is the formula for linear density? Please let me caution you. Linear density is different from density. Linear density differs from density in some ways. Hence, their units and dimension will change. Before you understand, let's first explain density. Density and linear density are both measurements used to describe mass or material within a given space. They only differ in terms of dimensionality of the space being considered. Density is the amount of mass per unit volume of a substance. It is the mass per unit volume. The SI unit for density is kilograms per cubic meter into bracket kg per meter cube. In other words, someone will just reject the kilogram and that person will go for grams. If you go for grams, it is grams per centimeters cube. It is grams per centimeters cube. So that is the SI unit for density. What about linear density? Linear density particularly refers to the amount of mass per unit length of one-dimensional object. Please, I am repeating. Mass per unit length of a one-dimensional object, such as a string, wire, or rod. Linear density is mass per length of an object. The SI unit for linear density is kilograms per meter. Kilograms per meter is different from kilograms per meter cube. The kg is mass, the meter is length. Now, we said one-dimensional or length of an object. It is only one. That is why it has the power of 1. If it was to be 3, then it will be meter cube. Note, we can conclude that density is a measure of mass per unit volume, which is 3-dimensional space, cube, or let's say s raised to the power 3, while linear density is a measure of mass per unit length, describing the mass of one-dimensional objects. 2-dimensional would be square, but we are comparing 1 and 3 dimensions, so 1 dimension will be s, or s raised to the power 1, and any number raised to the power 1 is the same number. So I hope we understand linear density. Linear means a straight line. The word linear is straight or translinear. Therefore, we can conclude that density is a measure of mass per unit volume. The mass is kg, the volume is meters or centimeters. The mass can also be grams. So the 3-dimensional space is cube or s raised to the power 3. While linear density is a measure of mass per unit length, describing the mass of one-dimensional object. So it is 1, s raised to the power 1, or m raised to the power 1. M raised to the power 1 is the same as m. Any number or any unit raised to the power 1 is the same unit. So we now understand linear density and density. Let's go on to the work they gave us. F equals 1/2L all square of the square of T, which is tension, over density. Now we know that the density is linear density. Have you forgotten the dimension for tension? The dimension of mass is m. The dimension of acceleration is L, multiplying T raised to the power -2. Therefore, mLT raised to the power -2 is the dimension for tension. The m is mass, the acceleration is meter per second square, the meter is length L, the second is time T. So this is the dimension. Now it is dividing what, or it is over the linear density. We've already explained the difference between linear density and density. Density is mass over volume, and volume is the cube of the unit. Cube is the unit raised to the power 3. The power 3 is the cube. But since this is linear, it is only L, or L raised to the power 1, which is L. Now this is our dimension. M can cancel out M, because M and M are the same, so they can cancel. We will take L over L raised to the power -1. And now let's deal with this one, L raised to the power L over L raised to the power -1. Now we've written the L divided by, so we have written the division sign, L raised to the power -1. So it is 1 over L. We can write it this way because L has the power of 1. So L raised to the power 1 is the same as L. And the negative exponent is the division. So 1 over L. Now we've changed the division sign to multiplication. Therefore, L will go up and 1 will come down. Now we have L times L over 1. L times L over 1 is the same as L times L. And L times L is L squared. Whenever the same number or the same variable is multiplying, we will add their exponents because it is multiplication. So L raised to the power 1 plus 1, it is L raised to the power 2. This is a rule in indices. So we have L raised to the power 2 multiplying the negative square of the time t. Now, I hope you can guess the answer. Can you? What is the frequency, or what will be the frequency? Okay, t raised to the power -2. Let's deal with that. Now, the negative sign will be what? Division. The negative exponent, the negative power or the negative exponent will be division. So 1 over t raised to the power 2, the 2 of the negative exponent. So 1 over t raised to the power -2, multiplying L square, the L square. Now we can say that 1 times L square is L square. So we have L square. So 1 times L square is L square. So let's write the L square all over t raised to the power 2. So all over t raised to the power 2. Let's write it t raised to the power 2. Hope this is easy to understand. So please, if you like my video, subscribe to this channel to motivate me so that I will be encouraged to do more for you people. Now the square can cancel out the square. We have L over t. The square have taken away the square. By all means, the square will take away the square root. So the square has cancelled the square root. We have our red parenthesis or the red bracket. The bracket is multiplication. So now F equals 1 over 2L times L over T. But we have every right to neglect the 2 because the 2 is not a dimension but rather a digit, value, figure, or number. 2 is a number, so we can just put it aside and deal with the dimensions. So it will be 1 over L, since the 2 is no more there, multiplying L over T. Now someone can just cancel it out straight. I did the arrow to show that is the parenthesis or the bracket. Someone can just use the L to cancel out the L straight, and we have 1 over T. But let us make it easy so that it will be more comprehensible for all of us. So 1 times L will be L, because any number or any unit times or any variable times 1 is the same unit, the same variable, or the same number. And L times T will be LT. Therefore, our F equals L over LT. 1 times L is L, L times T is LT. The L will cancel out the L, and we have 1 over T. And the T stands for time, and the SI unit for time is seconds. 1 over T. So we have already solved the work. The work is done. 1 over T. If you know that T is time, seconds, you can say that F equals 1 over S. Now we put that into a love sign in the beginning. That was the unit for frequency, 1 over time, or 1 over S. Therefore, the work is done. We have solved this work. 2023 elective physics question. So we have obtained the basic units of F using dimensional analysis. So S is unit, and 1 over S is S raised to the power minus 1. 1 over S is S raised to the power negative 1. Now the work is done. I really appreciate your effort and your time for me on this channel. Remember that this is Mathematics in 3. Subscribe, like, and let me see your comments in the comment section.